resume.
Ready to ambush.
So, here we are, 265 BC, in the winter, with rather empty treasury,
Sir.
but a slightly expanded domain. Let us see if we can find some allies in the east. Sextus, for your recent terrible behavior and poor performance, we are sending you east, into the frozen wastes of Dacia.
Honor.
Goodbye. The Northern
Orders.
Army, under Publius Mamercus, indeed, you're going to be stationed at the foot of this bridge.
Onward.
Because what I want is to stop any Gaulish invasion from coming north. Mediolanum, we continue to resupply by creating walls. And the population is actually great enough that we can recruit town guard there. Excellent. In Segesta, we still have 4 town guard. We have several more in Arretium, and a few spare in Arunium. Therefore, in Arretium, we will send forth... Actually, we shall not, because these chaps were injured in the recent battle with the Gauls. Therefore, they are too weak to stand another fight. So we end it there, and see what the summer of 264 will bring us. Go. I had warned the stupid Admiral Oppius that he would have to contend with some rebel boats. It seems he did not heed my warning and instead sailed out into pirate land. Unfortunately, he is almost certainly going to lose this.
Disengage.
He is sunk. The fool. What are you doing out there, Oppius?
Set sail.
Goodness
Move
sake.
depleted, sir.
There. As soon as you can get yourself out of danger, then just perhaps we might be able to get toward Batavium, where you were ordered to be in the first place.
General.
Publius, you must stand here.
Onward.
Now, by guarding this northern bridge, the only entrance the enemy can make is from the west, which would involve coming in through the hills around Segesta, which would also indicate I should probably attempt to
Imperator. Move out.
reinforce that position a little. Excellent. We can build another sleeve there. Right. Mediolanum is looking rather well decked out. The army there is getting larger, and it is time to move them on. How goes the public order situation there? 170%. Not bad. A large temple to the god of gods, Jupiter, will almost certainly make that situation better. So we build our temple to Jupiter. I also believe I have an errant son somewhere. Indeed I do. Amulius Julius. I do hope, for his sake, he is using funny. There, Mediolanium, you shall be its new governor.
March. No more moves, sir.
Therefore, in one more turn, taking us into the winter of 264 BC, we shall have a guards unit stationed in Mediolanium and a member of our family as a governor, meaning we can move east and take Batavium. Hopefully, at the same point, our errant, rather stupid, unseaworthy Admiral Oppius manages finally to sail round the strait of his own home country. But we'll see. He's proved utterly incapable thus far. Rome, still large to the south, a slave rebellion in the east next to Capua and Scipii. Indeed, it looks as if we are the only ones profiting from all the turmoil in the world. Foolish persons. Begin. Ah. Spain wishes to trade. They want money for it. No, very well. Oh, down you, Oppius. You really are terrible.
Out of moves, sir.
Oppius, it appears that we are not a seafaring people.
Fleet ready.
Oppius's fleet has been blown all over the Mediterranean in an attempt just to reach Batavia without
Out
being
of
killed.
moves, sir.
He's been chased all around Italy by small pirate skiffs and now finds his way toward his ultimate destination. Fool of a man. Should have stayed on dry
Your
land.
Honor.
Right. Dacia. Let's see if we can trade with these disgusting barbarians.
I shall speak with them at once.
Excellent. All is money for the treasury. We will swap you beads for coin, and then eventually you will become our slaves. Mufasa. Okay, now let's grab the entire army here in Mediolanium. These chaps.
Orders, orders, General, Imperator, orders, Imperator, 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 sir!
Under Flavius Julius, these guys are now starting to look like a genuine army. A few of them have earned their first few stripes. One unit in particular has actually earned 2. Let's see if they can best their own activities by the assault on Batavium.
Attack! Besieging settlement, sir!
Bloody peasants and their wooden walls. Therefore, no problem. We shall make the ram.
Settlement under siege, sir! Sir! Onward!
A new government for Mediolania.
Imperator! Sir! Forward!
Another guard unit stationed there. The Northern Army also will be boasted by the addition of 2 more Hastati into its ranks. And it appears we can also hire some barbarian disgustings. Let's have a look here. 800 denarii. We are rather short on cash. But it would give us another unit of cavalry for the Northern Army. So we will look at it as an investment in the future. Recruiting barbarians is slightly against my tastes, especially since they stink. But nonetheless, we do what we can. Segesta is probably the weakest of all of the frontal flanks, as you can see here. Although it has 2 family members, it only has 4 guard units. Rimium has a slightly larger number, and Arretium has yet more. There we go. We shall send more men from Arretium into Segesta, in case of any form of uprising or intrusion from that direction. Excellent. Markets are constructed, and in Mediolanium a wooden wall is ready. It's important not to overstretch oneself. As we pace forward, we must make sure we seize as much territory, hold it, rather than lose it if we can. Our trade deal with the Dacians has been struck.
Awaiting your command.
I wonder what lies further to the east. What do you think, Sextus? Do you fancy a trip in the snow? Yes, I know how much you love life on the road, you old bastard. It's true, he doesn't. He hates it. He's got rheumatoid arthritis and the cold plays him up like you wouldn't believe. Let's see what he can find down toward the Balkans.
Without delay. Without delay. No more moves.
Yes, I don't want you holidaying in Greece if you don't mind. I prefer for you to finish your bloody appointed tasks. Very well. In the next turn, we shall be able to construct a few more buildings. We shall beef up the army in the centre, which is holding the bridge to the north of Italy, and we shall run the assault on Batavium. Yes. Here we are. Excellent. The market has been built. That will help trade and economics know it. It's a tough choice. We desperately need to improve the economy. As you can see, sustaining the armies is causing me to have a very low amount of money every turn, which is no good thing. Hopefully the increased tax revenue from Batavium will at least offset that slightly. So without further ado, let us butcher for the sake of coin as well as pride. Flavius, before you go in, I'll give you another unit of stinking barbarian mercenaries. We shall use them as the meat shield, ahead of the main advance of pure-blooded Roman troops.
Prepare for battle.
Begin. It's a large army, led by the Gaulish Epidorics, blue-painted buffoon, madman. We should provide in peace, what we need in war. Publilius Cyrus. Well, Publilius Cyrus, if that is your real name, you're right. Which is why my treasury needs to expand with the conquest of new lands.